Okay, we're going to build a chat application using continuity. First, let's make a directory and get a file going here. First thing we do is the usual bringing in of the Perl, and always use strict. Pulling continuity, and we make a new server. The default is port 8080, but I like to specify it specifically. That'll actually start our server, but we need it to have a bit of code where it's actually going to run from, which by default is main. Main gets passed a request. Then we can print to that request. Maybe a little hello world. And that could be it. So we can run this, and it is now running, so we can go to hello world. If we hit reload, it just redisplays the page. Lots of debugging. Break out of that. Let's do something a little bit more interesting. Let's instead have a little counter. Heck, let's have a for loop, shall we? Let's count to 10. But this time, instead of just displaying it, we're going to get a new request in between. So, let's run that. And reload. And you can see it's counting. So when we get to 10, and we hit reload again, it runs off the end of the code and starts over. Like magic. But that's no fun. Let's do a user input. That'll be interesting. First, let's have a form. We'll get the person's name. Actually, even ask them. Okay, now let's get the next request. And then we can say my name equals requests. That's like so. So we have here our main routine, which gets past the request object, prints out a form. When the user hits enter on this form item, it automatically submits it back to the same URL. That submission is caught whenever we call this request next, literally get the next request. Out of that request, we then pull out the name parameter, which is right here, and we say hello name. So let's see if it works. It executes, that's a good sign. Let's say our name is Fred. Hello, Fred. You can reload. And it starts over again. Hello, Brock. And we can try nothing. Hello, nothing. Let's break break out of that. Pull our code back up so you can see it again. So what was happening is, we get the request, display the form, enter some data, hit enter, that submits the form, and it gives us the next request. We then pull the name out of that new request and say hello. The program is then terminated. So when you hit reload, it starts from the beginning, redisplaying the form. So that is part 1.